Ladies and gentlemen, today is the Soliom S100 solar-powered security camera. Chris back with you. Thank you for joining me. On your way in, go ahead and look below to that like button right below and go ahead and Thor hammer, hit that bad boy, and let's get going into this video. I have reviewed all of their cameras so far, and this is their newest and upgraded S100 camera. This is a solar-powered. You don't need any cords. You don't need any power outlets. This connects over Wi-Fi, so it's app-enabled. The sun charges the internal battery. You will need to, according to the directions, you will need to fully charge the battery internally first before you install it. The sun will keep it charged, but for the first go around, you will need to fully charge it before you hang it up. This does have two-way audio. This is IP66 weatherproof. Of course, this has night vision as well. Let's go ahead and get it out of the box and look at all the key features. All right, time has come. Let's get it up. And if you guys want to see my other videos, check out the channel. I'll have one of their other cameras linked at the end of this video as well. And just like all my videos, guys, in the description box below the video is going to be the link for this exact same camera where you guys can read more about it. Pick one up yourself. Let's get it on out of here. We have our instruction manual right here. Definitely give that a read over. Right off the bat, I do want to mention that you will need to insert for video playback a micro SD card. I'll have that link in the description box below as well. It only supports class 10 SD cards with at least 8 gigabytes of memory up to a capacity of 64 gigs, so don't buy a big one. I'll have a couple linked in the description box below. Format the SD card and insert it when it is off. Here is the app you will be using, Soliom Plus app in the Apple and Google store. So we have our antenna here, and we have, this is our micro USB charger. This again is to pre-charge the battery before you do install it. USB to micro USB. Here's our screw-on antenna top. Get this out of the way here, and let's get the other boring stuff out of the way before we do get the camera. We do have a nice long extension here with a tripod thread screw right here that does rotate as well. You just need to loosen this, and this goes back and forth here, so you can go here, up here, tightening that back up. Here's our mounting screws with our drywall hooks and screws. You mount it up with your screw holes here. Of course, will go against the wall. And that is about 8 inches tip to tip, going from the bottom to the thread right here, 8 inches. All right, now let's get out the camera here. So tip to tip down here at the bottom is going to be just a hair under 1 foot, 12 inches long. Wingspan from the tip here to the tip here. Coming up here, we're looking at about 4 inches from top to bottom here. And then of course, this right here is just going to be simply about 1 3/4 inches, less than 2 inches from here to here. So let's go ahead and remove our little guard there. And here as well. So it looks like we have motion sensor here. Looks like we have our LED lights here. Our microphone here for two-way audio, some other LED indicator lights here, of course our camera lens there. Coming around to the bottom real briefly, I'm gonna go ahead and cover up this. I don't want the security QR code out on the internet. And you have your reset, your SD card, your USB, and your thread right here, and your speaker underneath here for your two-way audio. And underneath that little wedge right there we just saw is going to be our power button, our reset button, our USB to plug in to charge it again before you do install it, and our micro SD slot there on the left-hand side. And then just apply this back on for your IP66 weatherproofing. Right on the back here, this is where we're going to insert our antenna and our nice solar here, as you can see there in the sun, reflecting in the window a little bit. Very nice and a clean look to it as well. We have a logo on the side there, and it's just plain white on that side. And here's the back once again here. So again, this just screws on just like this. This lifts up, and then you are good to go right there. Now this is a full 1080p camera. The lens angle is going to be a FOV of 155 degrees. The battery inside is a 8700 milliamp battery. Standby time is max 12 months, 1 year. Power consumption is 2W in running and 0.012 W on standby. The PIR angle is 145 degree angle. The PIR range is 16 feet through 26 feet up to 26 feet, night vision. Working time for fully charged is continuously daytime recording, max 32 hours. Night vision recording time, max 13 hours. This is why it's always good to read the instruction manuals. This is like their other cameras as well. So there's no LED indicator charging light. So with the camera off, it's telling you to plug in the power cord for about 10 hours. So just do it overnight or so, maybe a little longer than overnight. overnight, full 10 hours. But again, there won't be an LED indicator light on the camera. So once you plug in the cable, you're not gonna see anything. So just plug it in, set it down overnight. All right, we've been testing it inside the house because I wanna test out the speakers, obviously, without freaking out any of my neighbors. But let's look at the front of the camera here. We do have 4 LED lights that are actually nice and bright. So that's kind of like a motion detection, kind of floodlight type of a vibe to it. I dig that. Only problem though is that inside the app, I haven't been able to figure out how to shut that off if you don't want that feature. So we will continue to test this, but hopefully we'll be able to see it. So with the lights still on, let's go ahead and come over here and kind of just show you the brightness in a dark hallway. So as we can see here, nice and bright. Let's go ahead and come back to the mirror here. As we can see, it's almost like having a flashlight. So if that's up, look at how lit that is, I should say. If you were on more of an angle like this, and let me go ahead and lower the camera to a dark hallway, you're still getting a little bit of ambient light from over here from it, but again, a dark hallway. And then we shine this bad boy straight up there. Look at that, that's looking great. Okay, so anyway, if you like that feature, awesome. If not, we're gonna try to figure out if we can turn that off. All right, guys, I wanna go ahead and show you. Now I'm on my 10-inch tablet over here, and we're looking at the app. Now again, it's facing that way. I'm just testing it inside before we do put it outside, but I want to show you a couple features here. So we might get a little bit of reverb here, but I'm going to go ahead and hold this down. I think this is the first time I've used my tablet, so I'll have to allow it for audio recording. And as you can hear, a little bit of reverb right there. So I went ahead and killed the speaker here because I'm going to be able to hear it on here as well, but I'm getting a little bit of reverb because the camera is right over there on the table. And so let's go ahead and hit this. We're going to go ahead and cut that. Attention intruder. Attention intruder. Get away from here now. We're getting a little bit of reverb because it's so close. I'm using a microphone, my phone, and the tablet. But intruder, leave. That's very nice. I like that. Let's go ahead and cut that. They're definitely going to hear you on that one. Let's go ahead and look at a few little settings here. And right up here, I have my memory card. I have a 32 gigabyte memory card. Again, in the description box below is going to be a couple of different memory card options. You can flip the rotation of the camera, meaning that if you mounted it, you can flip the rotation. There is scenes you can do as well. There's backlight composition, night mode, highlight composition, and dynamic mode. So go ahead and work that into your specifications for what you want to do. We have detection sensitivity. I've lowered it to medium. On default, it was on high. It's off, low, high, or of course, medium there. And active time is 30 seconds. So I'm not exactly sure. We're gonna be, obviously this is a review video. I'm gonna be putting that to the test. Active time, you can go 15 seconds, you can go 60 seconds, 30 seconds, or always. So we're gonna see if that is for those LED lights or not. Color night vision LED lights. You can toggle that from 50 to 60 Hertz. You can do an LED light indicator on or off. Let me go back to live mode so we can see that. So right here, it's on SD. I've just moved it to the chair here, and we can crisp it up to full HD. Look at that projection. That looks beautiful, doesn't it? Full 1080p. We toggle that once again right there to standard definition. Still looks good, but watch this. Watch it click over to high definition. See how it just crisped up right there? That's looking great. That solar panel is actually very nice. It's still receiving light from my recessed lights, and still obviously the sun would be able to charge it probably a little bit better, but that light is still charging it. Up here in this corner shows you how many people are logged in and viewing it. So if you have it logged in on another tablet or phone, you would see that logged to 2. Right here, 1080p, here's your Wi-Fi signal. Looks like I am fully charged right there. You do have the option right here on the side. You drag your finger and that will brighten or raise the contrast of the screen, whatever screen you're looking at. And then if you go left to right, that's going to be the volume for what you're listening in on. I have it cut off right now. The photo right here would be to save that to your camera roll. So if something fishy's going on, you're like, oh, hey, I got you. Let me go ahead and take a photo of you there. Go ahead and take a little snapshot there. And then we have our TF card right here. So we have all our items here. Let's go ahead and view one. That was taken or maybe earlier today when I was kind of messing around with the camera a little bit. So this is me in the corner, and I think I come through with my coffee. I move the camera because I've just been kind of, testing it indoors before we do put it outside, and I put it on the desk, but we'll be testing that further. And while we're live right here with you, I'm gonna go ahead and tap it. Obviously, it depends on your Wi-Fi connection, but this is gonna be going into live view right there, just seconds, and then hitting that HD, and then it just crisps over to HD. That does fire up very quickly. It's nice. Of course, you can expand it in your phone or tablet. I am again on a 10-inch tablet. We go over here. We already saw a couple of those. We will definitely be checking out some more of that. So we're back in live mode now, and I'm gonna go ahead and walk around the corner here. We have lowered it to medium detection, but it should pick me up very easily here. We are in live mode once again. And it probably is recording, and we will double check that, but the LED lights are not going on because it's not dark. So if it's completely dark, the motion detection from the PIR right here, the motion detection sensor, if it's completely dark and something passes by with your sensitivity, again, you can lower it if you're getting too many false notifications. You can raise it up if you want it to trigger off of everything, including rodents or anything like that. Anyway, so what's happening here is that it recorded me, it picked up motion detection, and if I wasn't recording on my phone, it would send the push notification to your phone, etc. Now, when it's completely dark, unfortunately in the app, I have not seen an option for nighttime motion detection triggering and the lights stay off. So it looks like the developers, unless they have a firmware update to have that feature, if you want that or not, that means when you go into live view at nighttime, it will also light up. It's called color night vision. And so if you don't like that or don't want this turned into kind of a motion detection light as well, then the developers will have to figure out an update version for that. And if anything I'm talking about sounds a little confusing, again, in the description box below is going to be the link for this exact camera. You can read more about it there. Okay, so coming back to the tablet here, I went ahead and I toggled between the cloud service and my micro SD card. So you do have an option for cloud service as well. And then my newest one popped up over here, my newest couple of them right here. So let's go ahead and see this one. I actually just already viewed it, and it picked me up a while ago, started recording probably when I was in frame, and then it heard me and it sensed a detection as well. But let's go ahead and come over here, and I should be right around here. I am here. So you can hear everything coming out of the speakers. Again, and this is just kind of a budget tablet. I will have to obviously play around with this on my phone. I can hear everything coming out of the speakers. It's a little bit faint, and it might be my tablet, but we'll double check on that, see if my Samsung S8 Plus phone does a better job at hearing what comes into the microphone through the camera out through the speakers here. But it's nice long clip there, and it depends upon your memory card, of course. It will go ahead and cycle through, meaning that it will start deleting the first ones once it reaches max capacity and then moving through again. So this is what you would look like if someone caught you on camera. Very clear red jacket. You could see my face, what I'm holding, my watch. That looks great as we came to the end of the clip. Let's go ahead and take a look at one more down over here. Let's go ahead and check this one out here. So it looks like this one picked me up right away. So it looks like I actually had a couple different ones. This one down here seems like it was about the same size, 179, 178. So it was almost like here, let me see here. So it looks like this first one caught a lot of just dead airspace until I came into frame. And then this top one recorded me as well. So it looks like it's done a great job being able to record. Let's just go ahead and try this one down here for kicks and giggles. It does look like when you're trying to view a bunch all the time, it looks like it does pause out a little bit. But then it looks like when you go back to live view and then you come back to it, it seems like it does a better job instead of trying to dongle. It might be my tablet, but see, there I am again, kind of dead space out there. But it's picking up my voice, and then I move the camera here, right here, as I'm getting right up in that camera there. Okay, so again, if you do have a slow connection, go back to live view and then scroll through your settings here, and that just goes really quickly to the next feed. As I'm messing around with my socks, I get into frame right there, and going back to live view just seconds, and then flip over. It looks like it always goes to default SD, and then you just click it over to HD right there. You go ahead and take some video right here, save to your camera roll, if something fishy's happening and you're looking at it live, you go ahead and hit that and it will save to your camera roll. Of course, we already saw that. Toggle between your cloud service and your memory card. I do not have the cloud service. I only have the micro SD card. And going back to settings here, the only other thing you can do here is you can synchronize time and you can name the device. And again, that LED indicator light, you can enable or disable it. And you can find those clips like you go back to your album here. And here I have that still shot right here. That is the photo that I took right there. So that again is in the main portion of your device. So you go right here to the main frame of the app here. I would tap on that to go live view. I would tap on that to add another camera. You can turn off your notifications. You can go to settings. Down here, cloud video, me right here. You have your frequently asked questions, common settings, notification settings. You can also share the device. So let's go back up right here. And you can share permissions. You can share the device with others, cloud service, accept call. So if you don't want it to kind of breach into your notifications, meaning that if it triggers, it actually uses my ringtone and then I can either deny it or accept it for a live feed. You can switch that to silence or you can switch that to notification, just meaning that it just pops up on your phone instead of like pushes through to a call using your ringtone. That might get a little overwhelming if it is giving you rodent or dog notification, pet notifications running through your camera area. Here in common settings, this might be really good as well for you to play around with it to make it work for you. You have mute when viewing device. You have mute when playback, default resolution. Okay, there we go. I like that. We're gonna go ahead and click that over to HD. You have alarm vibration, alarm ringtone, talk voice change, clear catch data. So it still doesn't look like I have the option to turn off the color night vision. I can't find any setting to do that, but I will keep you updated. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and hit this live here in just a second. I've moved it to outside location. It is now obviously a little bit further away from the router than it has been. And what I did is I hit this. It hasn't come up here yet, but the lights have actually turned on. And it might be slower on this tablet than my actual Samsung S8 Plus. We'll let that go ahead and connect there. That was definitely longer. That was a good solid, probably 8 seconds or so. But here's the shot here, and that looks absolutely wonderful. Let's go ahead and expand it here. And let's go ahead and take a look at that shot. That looks great. Lighting up my whole entire backyard. Again, with those 4 LED lights, you can see the wicker chairs all the way to the door. And I think that's actually, no, we're in 1080p. I have switched that to, that's why it probably took a little bit longer as well, because now it's firing directly into full HD. All right, guys, we're looking at HD, but we are on my budget tablet. So we're not on my Samsung S8 Plus, which is the more high-end processor. So we're still getting a little bit of lag time in the top. As you can see there, it's not, the seconds aren't running as smoothly. It kind of skips around a little bit. That either could be my tablet or my internet, but I just want to keep that in mind. You might experience this if you have super duper high-end internet. You probably won't see that, but it might skip around on you just a little bit, as we can see right there. But clean, nice outdoor shot here. Very nice coloring. You can see all the way back to my bicycles under the tarp, the green bushes, my electrical unit here, the French doors, all the way back over there against the neighbor's wall, the green pottery and wicker. It looks very, very nice. That's a great shot. As it is charging right up here in the top right, you can see the solar panel battery, internal battery, is charging currently, and since I'm the only one viewing this on my tablet, there is only one eyeball on that in 1080p. All right, guys, I'm gonna walk you through. We're gonna go outside, and the sun's gonna hit the tablet a little bit, but as you can see, the door is already opened. And we have about probably 3 or 4 seconds before I come outside, but it's running very smooth now. Here's the solar panel camera on top of my jacuzzi here. And I'm just kind of moving around, testing the camera, trying to get that shot. Sorry, the sun is kind of blocking a little bit, but we're going to go ahead and look at this angle from what it actually recorded. But as you can see there, see the camera goes up, camera goes down, and you'll see the camera go down. So that was about 2-second lag time. Now let's go ahead and take a look at that clip here. We're getting a little bit of reflection coming in my back window. That's not the camera. As you can see, a little bit of shadowing in my hand there in the shot. Let's go ahead and look at that clip that I just walked out there. All right, so there's my head there. I come up for the shot. Look at how clear that is. So I'm trying to find a shady spot to film. This is the exact same thing that I just filmed that the camera is recording, looking really good, a great shot. Again, sorry for the reflection over there to the right-hand side of your screen, but it's a clean shot. The daytime footage looks great as it's recording me. You can see my outfit, shoes, my beard. Let's skip forward just a little bit for when I get a little bit closer. Sorry, let me back that up a little bit. There I am there once again. Smooth and nice, very little lag time, looking great. You can see what kind of phone I'm using, my sweatshirt. That's a clean shot, guys. All right, I've moved the tablet over so we can get a better shot without the glare through the window. And again, the little lines you're seeing up here, that's from my Samsung phone recording another screen. I'm not seeing that live in person, but through my screen filming, I can see these little weird lines up here. Doing a great job. I was experiencing a little bit of lag time every once in a while. Let's go ahead and go back to live view, 2 seconds to see how quick that was. Depends on your connection, and also you might want to invest in a Wi-Fi extender or a mesh system for connectivity, but it's a great clear shot. The playback is really nice on the TF micro SD card right here. Again, I will have that linked in the description box below. It stayed charged. I just actually got back from my trip. The battery hasn't dropped at all, and I was gone for 2 weeks. A lot of really neat settings in the app. So the only cons is I am experiencing a little bit of lag time on the live view, and this was with my Samsung device and my budget tablet, as now it's running smoothly. Every once in a while it kind of freezes for like 5 seconds, and then jumps up as we saw in the video. But overall, very clean hardware, very good. And potential app updates, it could only get better than that, or Wi-Fi connection. So again, in the description box below, guys, is gonna be this exact same link for this S100 camera, their newest one. I will also have micro SD cards linked as well. Again, that's going to be in the description box below, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe on your way out, and we will see you on the next video. Take care for now. Bye-bye. Don't let the party stop, guys. Hit one of these videos, continue to watch, and we'll see you soon.